Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a like up. Liv Morgan is Dominik Mysterio's on-screen WWE girlfriend after stealing her fellow Judgment Day member from Rhea Ripley in 2024. In an exclusive interview, the Women's Tag Team Champion explained why the idea of Mysterio facing Ripley is dumb. Morgan has been involved in a bitter rivalry with Ripley over the last year. Many fans speculated that the storyline could lead to the Eradicator going one-on-one with Mysterio in an intergender match one day. However, Morgan dislikes the fantasy booking idea. Speaking to Sportskeeda Wrestling's Riju Disgupta, she immediately shot down the possibility of the match ever happening. "No, it's dumb," Morgan said, while Mysterio added, "I don't want to see that. Why would anyone want to see that? She beat Rhea already like 3 times. Dominik Mysterio and Liv Morgan lost a mixed tag team match against Damian Priest and Rhea Ripley at Bash in Berlin in August 2024. Almost 8 months later, Morgan sees no reason why a one-on-one contest should take place. Why do you want to watch Dominik crush Rhea? First of all, Dominik, he's such a gentleman. He's not gonna hit a woman, so that's just dumb. But also, if that were to happen, you like Rhea. I'm assuming he already crushed Rhea mentally and spiritually and emotionally. Watch the video above to hear Morgan and Mysterio's take on several topics, including John Cena's heel turn and Paige's free agent status. On January 6, Rhea Ripley defeated Liv Morgan on Raw's Netflix premiere to recapture the Women's World Championship. Following the match, the Aussie attacked Dominik Mysterio after he tried to hug her. Morgan clarified that her storyline partner did not want to reconcile with Ripley. Instead, he was attempting to lure her in before taking the Women's World Championship. "That's not what he was doing," Morgan continued. "That's not what he was doing. Maybe you're not the brightest bulb, but I feel like it was very obvious that he was sneaking behind her to grab my Women's World Championship back, and for some reason, you interpreted it wrongly. Maybe it's because it's what you wanted him to do, because you like Rhea, but that just wasn't the case." 3:15, 3:47. Since that match, Morgan has won the Women's Tag Team Championship from Bianca Belair and Naomi with Raquel Rodriguez. Ripley, meanwhile, lost the Women's World Championship to Io Sky. Danny Hart is a journalist who has been reporting on pro wrestling, WWE, at Sportskeeda since 2017. He grew up as a massive fan of football/soccer and wrestling, leading him to pursue a career in sports journalism. Before assuming his current role, Hart worked as a football writer at Goal.com between 2009 and 2016. He prides himself on writing original content that is fact-based and highly accurate. Hart thoroughly proofreads his work before submitting it and relies only on credible sources for information. Hart's favorite pro wrestler is The Undertaker. He admires the 2022 WWE Hall of Famer's ability to reinvent his character and remain relevant across his decades-long career. If given the keys to WWE's creative department, he would bring back the Phenom for a farewell bout against AJ Styles in a stadium full of fans. Not only that, but he would love to have the multi-time world champion's greatest rivals seated at ringside for the spectacle. When not watching and covering sports, Hart enjoys long-distance running, playing video games, and listening to audiobooks and podcasts. The backstage hallway of a WWE arena is a symphony of chaos. Carts rolling, boots stomping, crew shouting cues, pyro tests thundering in the distance. But in the middle of it all, Liv Morgan stands still, leaning casually against a black production crate, twirling a strand of her platinum hair. She's grinning, but there's a flicker of mischief behind her crystal-clear eyes. When asked about the ever-growing tension between Dominik Mysterio and Rhea Ripley, Liv doesn't hesitate. "It's dumb," she says with a smirk, like she's been waiting for someone to ask. Like colossally dumb. But the way she says it, dripping with sarcasm, laced with knowing glances, makes it clear. This isn't just idle gossip. This is personal. The Dominik Mysterio and Rhea Ripley storyline has long blurred the lines between kayfabe and reality. Mamie and Dom Dom, as they're affectionately known, have taken WWE by storm. Whether they're wreaking havoc on Raw or playing out their twisted Bonnie and Clyde dynamic in social media clips, their chemistry is undeniable. But as of late, things have shifted. Rhea's rising star as Women's World Champion has cast a long shadow, one that's starting to dim Dominik's glow. He's been jealous, fans speculate, frustrated, perhaps even territorial. And that, according to Liv Morgan, is where the dumb part begins. You ever watch two people crash into each other in slow motion? Liv says during the exclusive sit-down. That's what this is. Like Rhea is doing everything right. She's crushing it, literally and figuratively. And Dom, bless his heart, but he's lost in the sauce. She chuckles, shaking her head. I mean, are we really doing this? The jealousy angle? The I helped you rise, now don't forget me sob story? Please. Rhea Ripley doesn't need anyone to stand in her spotlight, not even baby Mysterio. The interviewer raises an eyebrow. Is this personal? Liv grins wider. Of course it's personal. Everything in this business is personal. You think I'm just sitting and catering watching this love triangle soap opera and not taking notes? Let's rewind for a second. Liv Morgan has always been the unpredictable element in WWE's women's division. From bubblegum sweet underdog to leather-clad chaos agent, she's carved a lane entirely her own. So when she suddenly found herself involved in segments subtly circling around Rhea Ripley and Dominik, side eyes, tag matches, even a backstage accidental bump, it didn't take long for fans to start theorizing. The tension wasn't just between Dom and Rhea. It was creeping outward. And Liv was right in the middle of the storm, stirring it with a devilish spoon. I think Rhea knows what she's doing, Liv says, voice dropping just slightly. She's playing chess while Dom's stuck on checkers. You think she doesn't notice how people look at her, how people want her? She leans in, eyes twinkling. People like me. In recent weeks, fans online have been pointing out lingering stares, cryptic Instagram posts, and what some are calling the softest shoulder bump in WWE history. Liv brushing against Rhea backstage after a tag match and saying something with a smirk that cameras didn't quite catch. Was it flirtation? Was it mockery? Was it both? Dominik, of course, hasn't taken it well. He's been edgier, more aggressive in the ring. There was even a moment during a Raw segment where he nearly snapped at Rhea mid-promo, before quickly catching himself. A hesitation. A fracture. Dom's scared. Liv says bluntly, he's scared of losing her. But more than that, he's scared of becoming irrelevant. And you know what? That fear makes people do dumb things. So what is Liv's angle in all this? Is she meddling just to watch the empire burn? Or is there a deeper ambition simmering beneath the surface? I respect Rhea, Liv says, surprisingly serious for a beat. I respect what she's built, how she carries herself. She's a powerhouse. But power like that, it attracts chaos. It needs chaos. She smiles again. And I'm very good at chaos. Could it be a long-term play from Liv Morgan? A mind game launched not at Rhea Ripley, but at Dominik Mysterio? Fans have already begun to run wild with the idea. One Reddit thread dubbed her the agent of Mamie's mayhem. Another called her the homewrecker of Judgment Day. Liv reposted both with a winking emoji. She's not breaking them up. One fan theorized she's just pulling strings to see who breaks first. Backstage sources say tension is high among the Judgment Day crew. While Finn and Damian try to hold the faction together, there's no denying a shift in the air. Rhea seems more distant, Dominik more erratic, and Liv, she's always lurking, always watching. When asked if she sees a future match between her and Rhea Ripley, Liv doesn't even blink. Of course, I've been manifesting it. And Dominik? Oh, she says, laughing, he can watch. As the interview wraps up, Liv walks off in that slow, sauntering way she does. The camera catches her humming a familiar tune, Rhea's entrance theme. And then she turns back, one last time, with that same sly grin. Just remember, she says, the messier it gets, the more fun it is for me. And with that, she disappears into the curtain-lined corridors of chaos, leaving behind only speculation, sparks, and a war that might already be in motion. End. Want a follow-up where Dom confronts Liv? Or a twist where Rhea plays both sides? This could turn into a whole mini-saga. Let me know.